It's basketball season, high school basketball season to be exact. And joining me now to take a look at how things have gone so far, maybe any new rules in place, is Charlie Wentzky. He is the Deputy Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. Hi there, Charlie.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on with us via Zoom. I just want to mention, you not only deal with basketball, but really with all the high school sport league sports, correct?
Yes, ma'am, our office does, and that's one of my roles here is to oversee the athletic side of the office. And, so yeah, we deal with it every day, all day throughout the year. So that's what we do.
Now, you had mentioned to me before we started this right now, as far as rules and regulations go, I was able to go to your website and really get a listing of all the sports, the rules and regulations. But it's also good to let people know about any changes. So in the world of basketball, have there been any changes to rules and regulations?
Well, from the National Federation standpoint, which is the one that authors all of our playing rules themselves, yes, there was a change this year that allows for hard and unyielding items to be worn in the player's hair or in hair extensions now. It's just provided that they do so and they must wear that hair up to the center of their head and basically tight to their skull. And that just prevents those items from being able to swing. So it allows freedom of expression for what you want to wear in your hair, sure, but it also prevents any safety issues to your opponents. And then in our state, one of the things I forgot to mention to you beforehand, we actually added the option for schools to use a shot clock in tournaments and invitationals only. So you won't see it in regular season play, but we have had it added into some of our tournaments here over the preseason and the winter break so far.
Okay, now you say an option. Who makes the decision whether they're going to exercise the option to use the shot clock?
The host school who's going to host the tournament does, and then all member schools that are coming to the event have to come with the understanding that they're going to use the shot clock in that event. So it's kind of if the event uses it for one game, they're going to use it for all games. But certainly they're not required to. So it gives those that have been screaming for it and clamoring for it an option to use it and try it. And this is a 2-year basis we're going to do it on. And then we'll go from there and see if it's something we need to implement fully or we need to keep it where it is.
Now, you mentioned that the home team or host team would have to notify those coming. Is it something that has to be make the other team aware of before they even get there? Or can they tell them when they're walking on the court, or does that matter?
Well, we've told them they need to let them know well in advance. And once they basically agree to them coming to the tournament or invite them to their showcase or event, they need to make them aware this is what their plans are. So if they don't want to be a part of it, they can make that choice months ahead, not getting off the bus and having to make a decision. That's a bad position to be in. So no, it's gone pretty smooth so far. So nobody's really complained about it that's used it, and nobody's been complaining they've been forced to use it, thankfully.
Well, I want to ask you, being a layperson here, though, why were people screaming and yelling for it, and why would some people be opposed to the shot clock?
Well, I think it's which side of the fence you kind of stand on. There's some that scream that it's needed for the development of athletes to play at the collegiate level. But if you think about what we're here to do, we're an education-based experience. We're not here with the sole purpose of developing college athletes. While there are some kids that are going to get developed to play in college, that's a very small percentage. So it can't be the focus of it. But there's also some that they think it's going to make the game flow better. It's going to make the shot selection better for each team, which that can always be argued and debated. And then there's some that feel like the defense never gets rewarded for playing great defense. So that's kind of the 4 category. Then there's a non-4 category that just doesn't think it's needed. It's an expense that's brought in. It's another person has to keep another clock at the scores table. In addition to it's not as easy as you think it would be for an official, especially when in high school sports we don't have the ability to go to the table and use replay. So when you watch a college basketball game and you see them come over and check that replay monitor for the timing and the clocks, we don't have that option. So it poses some challenges there too. So it just depends on which side of the aisle you're on making that argument.
Hey, we're already almost out of time, but I want to ask you, how's the season gone so far, and how are things looking so far in 2023?
So far, so good. Everything's been fairly smooth. We've had a few hiccups, which is normal this time of the year. Nothing major to the point we need to shut the whole thing down, thank goodness. We've been through that before. But, everything's going smooth, and we're about to head into region play, if not already starting region play in some regions right now. And of course, when that happens, things heat up. And, all the games matter a little bit more. So we're about a little over halfway through the season, and we're heading downhill fast.
Well, Charlie Wentzky, I'm sure we'll see you out there on the courts. A little plug for WHHI. I'll be going to the Hilton Head game hosting Bluffton. And we want to thank you for your time today, and best of luck in 2023.
Thank you so much for having me.
Up next, do you know what a drum circle is? Stay with us and you'll find out.